Um, so the impression I'm getting right off is that you may be hanging on too tightly to something. It's kind of like that saying, if you love something, set it free. Um, but even more than that, I think it's learning to let go, not trying to control everything. For some of you, I think there was a situation, whether it was a relationship or something else, that isn't working out, didn't work out, and it's time to release that. There is a full moon, obviously, every month. Um, and that may be a good time to really do something tangible to let some things go. Write it down on paper, burn it, bury it, whatever. Do some sort of ritual. So it's really because I'm feeling a sense of maybe denial about how much you're really hanging on to something. And by writing it down, by saying it out loud, by making a commitment to release it, it can't it can't be a thought that is then just sort of buried and not ever really dealt with. For some of you, because this Four of Pentacles is hanging on. And it's also about boundaries, and it could be that you need to draw a line in the sand because this Five of Cups is sort of clinging to the past and not being able to move on, grieving something. And this isn't like a something major. This is like a relationship, not like a death or something, because that's obviously it's not, I'm not going to tell someone to just get over that someone died. That's ridiculous. But this is, a relationship. People really can get things out of perspective, out of proportion. And yes, lose the ending of a significant relationship is a big deal. And I'm really not downplaying it. It sounds like I am, but I don't mean to minimize the impact. But you have to make a choice of whether you're going, was it your everything? Are you going to allow it to have this big of an impact, or are you going to try to look at it from a different perspective? Because this is really saying it's over. It's time to move on. To me, this Eight of Cups is, I look at it like a slot machine. And a lot of times with boundaries, with our own lives, we give seemingly perpetual chances. It's just, and especially in somewhat abusive situation, that abuser just, I promise this time I'll do it better, I'll do it right. And it's just this cycle that goes around and around. So if you think of a slot machine, I haven't gambled very often, but the few times I have like a certain amount of money, and once that money's gone, I'm finished gambling. I'm not going to the ATM and taking out more and more money, and I'm not going to go bankrupt um, gambling. But we do that. We bankrupt our emotions and our heart and ourselves with people all the time. We just allow things to happen over and over, and for people to take, and take. But just like a slot machine, if they sense that you're ready, you're done, you're going to walk away, right? You get a little payoff. You get a little something to keep you there. So it's time to say, you know what? No, because in the long run, I'm down, and to have the self-respect to cut people off that continue to just take. And I just noticed this card. This is the give and take. There has to be a give and take. It can't be one-sided. It has to balance out overall. I mean, nothing's ever going to be 100% equal all the time. But there has to be the give and take. It can't be one-sided. And I see, like, over here, it's like, I mean, look at her. She's like, oh my God, I'm free. It's like once you make up your mind to walk away from a inequitable situation, and it could be anything. It doesn't even have to be a relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be at work, a job, something where you're just like, you're doing everything. And it's just, look at how free she is. It's like, oh my God, I have energy because I'm not being drained by this person or this situation. And I mean, this Ace of Wands is like a whole new lease in life. It's like getting your mojo back, getting your energy back, being inspired and motivated and enthusiastic about doing something because you've released yourself from um, whatever was holding you down and dragging you down over and over. It's like, and sometimes this happens, we don't even realize it. It just becomes a part of our lives. And once we can get that baggage, it could be baggage you're holding on to, like emotional, mental baggage from a relationship from a long time ago. You don't even realize. But once we can get that weight off of us, we feel so much freer to move forward. And again, we get the spark back instead of this, which is not a fun place to be. We're like, look at the opportunities moving forward here. Look at how excited. I mean, she is just like leaning forward, moving forward. She's moving on and she's so happy. So it's time to move on. You might need to give yourself a little kick in the pants or ask your favorite sword or even a fire sign like her. They'll tell you. Ask your honest friend and they will, they'll tell you that it's time, that enough is enough. They'll mirror the truth back to you, especially these air signs. And they could even really like in very practical, like they could make a list, like here are actual facts. Like get rid of all the emotional baggage and here are the facts. And sometimes when you just see the facts written out, you're like, oh damn, okay. That's right. And all of that leads to like richness and stability that you didn't even realize you were missing. Again, because like we get in these situations sort of somewhat gradually and we don't even, it becomes almost normal. And then you're like, wait a minute, I'm going to burn I'm literally burning my poor plant. Sorry. I'm going to burn this one. Maybe I should go like that. So you're going to feel free and more stable because you're not being pulled off balance so much all the time by this person. And, you do this by walking away and setting boundaries and staying true. And you also gain confidence that way by having, limits with yourself and self-respect. I do see like this is a job, a new opportunity. This is learning a new skill. Learning to really, it's like once you set these limits, you're kind of like, it's opening up a whole new realm of possibility for you. It's kind of interesting what I think will be a somewhat small shift or change or drawing that line in the sand and saying, no, it's enough. You'll be able to make some long-term goals because you didn't realize how much, again, it was holding you back. And this way you're going to look forward to the future again. Instead of feeling stuck where you were, you feel like you can move forward. You're free, you're lighter. Some of this could be losing weight. Like sometimes when we're in negative situations, we gain weight trying to protect ourselves. And once you're free of it, you feel free to shed lots of things because you no longer are trying to protect yourself kind of since you're protecting yourself in a different way, you no longer need to carry that other stuff, including weight potentially. Okay, Virgo, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at the next video. Take care.